Paragon in 23 days. It was quite the challenge, but I got it done, and I believe it is a world record. I'm not too sure about that, though. But yeah, man, it was fun, for sure. There were some fun moments. There were some really sad moments as well, but hey, the result is in, and we got it, man. We got Paragon. Mostly thanks to y'all, right? Because the enlistment crystals were great for gold, incursions, artifacts, loyalty as well. So y'all really did help me out there for sure. So I appreciate it. But I had to work hard too, man. I had to do 8.2 exploration with probably the smallest roster available. So yeah, that was pretty tough. But hey, we got it done. And there's Bahamut down, the final Bahamut fight. So now let's see what I go with for my rank 4 champions. And I have a ton of options. Just kidding. I have like 36-star champions at this point. I don't have too many options, all right? But I can still just go with who I want to go with. And keep in mind, this account is just for fun. Now it's just for fun because I don't have anything to do because I am at the highest progression level. I have beaten the hardest piece of story content. So I think I'm just chilling for now, right? I think I'm just going to chill for a bit and see what happens. But first, we got to get Paragon, right? So, first rank up is, without a doubt, Sandman. This man was so good for exploration. He is such a good champion, and he is getting buffed. So, that is just a ton of things in one. And there we go. First rank 4, Sandman. You love to see it. But now we have this final boss here. This was the final boss before Paragon because I didn't have enough tier 5 basic. Pretty goofy, I know, but I had to do it. So here is the real final boss of this Paragon adventure. Let's just see how it turns out, man. CGR, if he wasn't a 5-star champion for me, he would go to rank 4 immediately. Because yeah, this man was by far like the best 5-star MVP. Just so powerful, man. Even as a 5-star character, just did so much work. So this Namor has a fun node where there is a timer, right? And when the timer expires, he places a degen on you. But if you throw a special attack during the timer, you get a massive fury buff instead. And that fury just makes CGR go even crazier. And look at that, man. Look at that damage. 30,000 mediums, 20,000 light attacks. You'll love to see it. And this is pretty much a wrap already, which is wild, but that's just CGR for you, right? Here I drop it again, and yeah, look at that, dude. It's so... This man is so crazy as even a 5-star character. I just cannot believe it, but look at that, man. Look at the relic kit. He even makes the relic kits crazy. And that is the last boss needed for Paragon. So we got it done. After doing 8.2... Act 7 is just like a massive breeze, to be honest. But there we go. So now let's do some rank ups and let's get my other 2 rank 4s ranked up. So first off is going to be someone that was the MVP of this whole entire run. And of course it is Archangel. So deserving of this rank up, man. Just such a powerhouse of a champion. And yeah, now I didn't record this 6-star pool, but basically when I was doing questing, I got some extra 6-star shards, and I popped open the crystal, and I pulled a 6-star version of Hawkeye. And I kind of just brushed it off at first. I was like, okay, that's fine, you know. He is one of my all-time favorites, but that's just for another day, right? But then I realized it's been a while since I've used Hawkeye, and I kind of miss it. Or not kind of, I really miss it. And it's not like he's bad or anything. He is a great champion, and I have most of his synergy teams ready. So that is a big reason why I am doing this rank up, because I have a synergy team. He is such a powerhouse in like Gauntlet, Eternity of Pain, and the Abyss. He is good in pretty much every single piece of content that is like story based at least. So this man will have a ton of use for me. So I think it was a good choice in the end. Yeah. Gotta appreciate Hawkeye, man. He was one of my first ever rank 4s on the main account, so this is just, you know, going back to my roots, and I'm glad I did, because Hawkeye is such a great character. He is so underrated still, and I do not regret this choice in the slightest. However, I still want to rank up Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is just such a great champion, and he deserves rank 4 for sure, so he will go next after Hawkeye. but I have to do this one first because it just feels right, man. It really does just feel right. But there is rank 3, and we are almost out of ISO, which is not fun, but hey, we'll manage, right? There is level 12, and oh boy, I'm now out of skill ISO. So let's just use some other class ISO. Thankfully, shooting stars gave me a ton of ISO, so this isn't the biggest issue. But yeah, let's see. There is a lot of gold being used right now. That kind of stinks, but it is what it is. He's almost done. He's almost at level 45. Sacrifices had to be made though, but it is what it is. We got a bit of ISO left for sure, so not the biggest deal, but hey, it still does hurt quite a bit, man. And almost there, man. 43, just like 2 more levels to go. And yeah, the ISO is draining for sure. Like, this cost a ton of ISO, but hey, it's worth it, man. Getting one of my favorite champions ranked up, you gotta love it. But yeah, we are looking pretty dry now for the ISO. So I claimed this, and this should be the final piece of ISO needed. Let's see, and it is, thankfully, man. So that is Hawkeye at rank 3, level 45, and here is the final. Just kidding, I don't have the class catalyst for it. So now we go to the glory store and we get some more here. Thankfully, the prices for the tier 5 class catalyst is pretty cheap. So, well, not pretty cheap, it's still pretty expensive, but it's affordable, thankfully. So let's just buy this. Do I buy it? I should buy it. What am I doing? Let's see what I'm doing here. What am I doing actually? I'm just like, I'm trying to find other ways of buying it before I commit to this purchase, which is pretty dang expensive. So let's see. I think I just go in. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Let's just buy it, man. Let's just give in. And yeah, we just pick skill 5 times. Kind of painful, but has to be done, man. This is the last step towards Paragon. The final rank up needed. It all ends right here. Well, it doesn't end here, but the Paragon journey ends here. So there is the final one, and now it is time for the final rank up, which happens right now. Hawkeye goes to rank 4, and that is Paragon complete. But first, you can't use Hawkeye unduped, right? So gotta use a generic gem, and there we go. There is Hawkeye, rank 4, Sig 1, and that is Paragon complete. Man, what a journey that was. Yeah, 23 days, no money spent, so that's pretty cool as well. But let me know your thoughts on this Paragon journey. It was pretty fun. This is not the end of the adventures of Aria. There are still some more to come, so just, don't freak out, right? And yeah, that's about it for me.